Hello and welcome back to Football Manager 2021 in the beta with Southampton Football Club. We are on the 15th of March and we have ourselves our youth intake for the season. And I've seen a little preview, I've seen the star ratings, it's pretty good. So yeah, that is the list of players that we have. And I'd say we've probably got 7 players that might be a bit interesting. Barry Rogers, who is the top one, sounds like a man in his 40s. Barry Rogers is 1.5 star current ability. He's decent, isn't he? Barry Rogers is decent. He's 15. He's 15 years old. He'll be 16 in a month's time. He's actually very good. We've also got Duncan Rutter, who I'm not so keen on Duncan Rutter, but apparently he's got some potential. He's also not a right back. Christos Charalabous. He's the guy from Limassol who we were told about. He looks good, doesn't he? He's definitely not going to be called Christos I can't say Cypriot names, okay? He's probably just going to be called Christos, but he looks good. Joe Brown, another player who also looks pretty decent, doesn't he? Mentally, he's got some very good numbers. Physically, he's reasonable. 13 technique as well. I like Joe Brown. Baptista Agostinho, despite the fact that he's a left back, he's not a left back, he's probably more of a centre back. I love that name. That's an amazing name. Baptista Agostinho. He's good. I like the look of him as well. Luke Galbraith, another player. Again, doesn't look awful, does he? Technically, he's struggling, but mentally and physically, he's got some decent numbers in there. So I wouldn't say Luke is a lost cause. I think there's definitely a future for him. A Swedish right back called George Peric, who, again, doesn't look awful. I'm not sure whether he is a right back. He might need to be retrained to something else, but because basically his technical stats are all over the place, 8 passing, 10 tackling, things like that, we could retrain him to be whatever we want. He's only 16. A young Slovakian goalkeeper called Miroslav Gajdos, who, yeah, he's probably the worst one so far. He's not awful. Again, he's not an awful player. He's got 8 free kick taken. That's pretty decent. He's probably got a reasonable bit of potential. I don't think he'll ever make it at us, but it's not a bad intake so far. All in all, I think that is a good youth intake. I think that is a genuinely very good youth intake. From Barry Rogers down to probably Luke Galbraith, we've got some players who can definitely do a job. Even Peric. I think Peric could probably do a job. We need to retrain him and think about where he should actually play because I don't think he's a right back. But that is a good youth intake. Anyway, back to the actual episode. And in between, we've been garbage. We have played 3 further matches. We've lost against Manchester United. Dan Unundulu did score a consolation goal for us. We lost against Chelsea, and it was an own goal from Kyle Walker-Peters, which was the worst own goal I've ever seen, and then a 0-0 draw against Brighton. I did say in the last episode that March is going to be a tough month. It's been a very tough month. We now have to play Spurs away from home. I have noticed we haven't played Spurs at all this season. We're in March, we play them again in May. We also haven't played Everton in the league. We play them on the 3rd of April and then the 8th of May. So there's some weird, obviously because of COVID and stuff like that, but yeah, there's some teams we literally have never played yet this season. Even though we have dropped points, we still haven't really fallen too far down the table. We might drop down to 8th place. We could drop down to potentially 9th place as well, depending on what Leeds and Everton do. But then again, Everton don't have a game in hand. Only Leeds have a game in hand. We could drop down to 8th place. Right then, time for the Tottenham Hotspur game. They are down in 11th place in the table. They have sacked Mourinho. I don't even know who's in charge anymore of Spurs. But yeah, they've sacked Mourinho. They're not doing massively well. I think we might struggle in this one. The starting 11 that we are going to go for is defensively we have some issues, okay? We've got some very big issues. In goal will be Fraser Forster, a back four of Moussa Janapo, Jan Bednarek, Mohamed Salisu, and Barry Rogers. Yep, that Barry Rogers is playing as a left back. Ryan Bertrand is out injured for 4 to 6 weeks. Kyle Walker-Peters is out injured for 9 days to 3 weeks. We're doing it. We are throwing him in at the deep end. He is 15 years old. He is going to get absolutely ruined because he's probably going to be going up against Gareth Bale. So that's going to be an experience for him, isn't it? Barry Rogers is going to be in for a treat of his life. It's going to be Ward-Prowse and Kamara in the middle of the pitch. Walcott and Redmond on the wings. Shea Adams, Danny Ings as our strikers in this one. He gets given a squad number of 38. Have we got a low number that we can give him? Or is that literally... Have we given him 21? Let's give him 21. He's still 6 higher than his age. 7 higher than his age. He's 15. I'm a bit concerned by the fact that The press officer social roundup does not mention the fact that we're playing a child, a literal child, as a left back. The Northern Irish youngster, Barry Rogers, of 15 years old, is going to break all the records. If he scores, he will break that record and that will never be beaten. Just done a half-decent team talk as well. Look at me go. But I mean, I'm going to keep an eye on Barry. He seemed composed. For a 15-year-old, he's about to play against Spurs in the Premier League. Ryan Bertrand misses out due to an injury. How much of an absence will he be? It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry. We believe we can go out there and do the job. You're 18th in the current Premier Division form table. We're doing badly. It hasn't been a lot of fun recently. Sure, we'll go with that. Tottenham's decent run. Let's shut up. I can't walk away now. Shea Adams is on a fairly lengthy run. I believe he can do stuff. Okay then, let's play Spurs with a 15-year-old at left back. Not only are we playing a 15-year-old at left back, we're playing Moussa Djenepo at right back, aren't we? I mean, it's not ideal. Certainly not an ideal situation. If this was against like a lower side, like an Aston Villa or a West Brom or a Brighton that we just drew 0-0 with, it might be a bit better. Reguilon's running forward with the ball. Djenepo's trying to keep up with him every step of the way into the penalty area. Goes for goal. It's taken a number of deflections. Harry Winks is there. We're 1-0 down. 5.5 minutes on the clock. We're definitely not winning this game. Corner for Spurs. Winks steps up to take it. Carlos Vinicius is there. I think he's their striker. Heads it just wide of the post. Still 1-0 to Spurs. We've got ourselves a chance though. Ward-Peters' corner comes in. Danny Ings is there. At the back post is Theo Walcott. His 12th goal of the season. Shea Adams and Ings are not scoring goals at the moment. Walcott is. Walcott is scoring a lot of goals for us. It is 1-1. We are still in this game. Barry Rogers is on a 6.7 at the moment, just so you know. Winks' corner comes in. It's a header clear from Kamara. Theo Walcott's going to collect this as well. 2-on-2. If we can get some more numbers up there, that would be ideal. Walcott goes, slides it through to Danny Ings into the penalty area. It's blocked. Redmond's there, though. Redmond goes for goal this time. Hugo Lloris just plucks that out of the air. And then the ball teleported to his hand a little bit. Am I the only one seeing Spurs' front four and seeing no Harry Kane, no Son, no Gareth Bale? Are they all injured? What are they doing? Maybe they sold them. Maybe they sold, Harry Kane in the summer. Or not summer, in January, and I just didn't notice it. It's Djenepo's throw to Ward-Prowse. He's going to probably go backwards across to Kamara. Ward-Prowse again. Maddie. It is Maddie, not Medi. Ings through. Doesn't manage to find Redmond. And now Spurs possibly can come forward with the ball. Back to the goalkeeper. Kicks it long towards the right-hand side. Lucas Moura. Backtracking is Barry Rogers. He's 15 years old. He's 15 years old. Carlos Vinicius to Winks. Bergwijn on that left-hand side. Djenepo's with him in the penalty area. Cuts past Djenepo. His effort, though, hits the side netting and goes wide. Or goes wide and hits the side netting. Either way. Free kick for Winks to take. Eric Dyer is there. Carlos Vinicius is also there. It is 2-1. Pretty sure Barry Rogers might have been marking Carlos Vinicius there. Can't really blame the 15-year-old, though, can you? Half-time then, it is 2-1, but it's fairly even. It's a fairly even game so far. The XG says it probably should be 1-0 to Spurs, so it's reasonable. I'm happy with the performance. Do we need to do something with Barry Rogers? He's on a 6.3. He shouldn't be playing, should he? But I want to play him. He's better than Djenepo, technically, as a fullback, and Djenepo's doing alright. I mean, we've got Vokins on. The Vokins isn't much better. No, undo it. Keep Barry out. Keep Barry out there. I'm going to play a 15-year-old for 90 minutes against Spurs in the Premier League on his debut away from home. What am I doing? Okay, we are going to do a change. We're going to do Redmond off. Gravenberch is going to come on. Barry, I'm sorry, buddy. Barry, I'm sorry, but you're coming off. Vokins is going to come on. Not that it's much of an improvement. If we can nick a goal and then hold on for a draw, I'll be happy with that. Gravenberch, he's made of glass. He is constantly injured. They're normally small injuries, but he is constantly injured. So Nakajima's going to come on. That's all of our subs done. We've still got 30 minutes to play. Shea Adams is not... He shouldn't be on the pitch. He should only be playing 75 minutes. Got no choice now to play on the full 90. Lo Celso to Carlos Vinicius. He's going to get past Bednarek. Bednarek sticks a foot out. Wins the ball as well. Great tackle from the Polish international. Now Theo Walcott, our goal scorer, can run. Lots and lots of space for the old man to run into. I say old, he's younger than me technically. Walcott plays it across. Medi Kamara forward to Danny Ings. Kamara's continuing his run upfield. Ward-Prowse. There is space for Genepo. Walcott to Adams. Ward-Prowse. We're passing it around. Lovely here, but we're not playing tiki-taka football. I don't know why we're passing it around. Genepo, mazy little run there. Gets past a few players. Gets it back from Walcott. Crosses it in. Shay Adams is there. Takes a few deflections. Somebody get a boot on it. Somebody does. It is Shay Adams. It's 2-2 at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Is that what it's called? Is it New White Hart Lane? I don't know. It's the same place as White Hart Lane. It's 2-2. Well, I'm just waffling. There's a winner in this. There is a winner in this. And this could be it. Ward-Prowse's corner comes in. Doesn't find a red shirt. It's headed clear. Salisu's going to collect it. Ward-Prowse needs that back. He's got so much space. We're passing it between the two central defenders. Shay Adams, now Ward-Prowse. Walcott back to James Ward-Prowse. Slides it through. Theo Walcott goes for goal into the opposite corner. And we have turned this around. How are we winning this game? How are we winning this game at all? If this keeps up, we will have won every single game on camera, I think. I don't think we've drawn any games on camera. We've definitely not lost any games on camera. How are we winning this one? Spurs have brought on Gareth Bale. Gareth Bale was not starting. He was on the bench for some reason. They brought him on the pitch. We've got 12 minutes of normal time. Steven Bergwijn with the ball runs over the halfway line. Keeps going. Gets a little bit of burst of speed to get past the two central midfielders. Keeps going it alone. Has to go backwards and Dombler. Now Lo Celso. Across to Højbjerg, the former Southampton man. Gareth Bale, also the former Southampton man. Rattles the underside of the bar and the ball is cleared. Right, we need to try and defend better. Just defend like that. Just sit back. Don't press. I mean, actually, we probably should press to a certain extent. We'll sit back. I mean, I probably should pause it whilst we do this, because I'm going to try and hold on to this lead. I'm going to try and be sensible. I mean, I say this by literally just going to defensive mentality and dropping our defensive line back. If it works, that's great. We've got 5 minutes of injury time. Forster to Salisu, back to Fraser Forster. Please kick it. He does eventually kick it. Theo Walcott collects this ball. He's going to run off towards that left-hand side. Tries to get it over Aurier's head, but doesn't manage it. Now Gareth Bale can come forward, or into the middle of the pitch, actually. Keeps going, does the Welsh international on loan from Real Madrid. Serge Aurier, the Ivorian. He's going to run towards... Celso's there, blocked. And now Shay Adams, one of our goal scorers, gets the ball upfield. Just puts a big boot behind it. Ben Davies is going to collect it. Is this highlight carrying on? I feel like it is, because nothing's happened just yet. Højbjerg to Ndombele. Bergwijn to Lo Celso. Left-hand side is Reguilon. Don't know how to pronounce his name. Crosses in. Gareth Bale is there. And Fraser Forster has holes in his gloves because that was straight at him. Gareth Bale has made it 3-3 in the 91st minute. It's another late goal that we've conceded. Forster's on a 7.5. How was he on a 7.5? That was clearly his fault, wasn't it? It was straight at him. It's a 3-3 draw. It's a 3-3 draw. I will take that. If you told me at the start of this match you'd get a point against Spurs, I would take that. That's actually not terrible. We also played a 15-year-old at left-back for about 60 minutes. So, yeah, I'll take a point. You've done brilliantly to come from behind. I will say that. That is good news. People looked inspired. Well, despite being rather open at the back, you've managed to avoid defeat. I mean, we need to learn to defend. If anyone could tell me how to defend on Football Manager 21, that would be useful to know. On another day, we'd have been on the wrong end of a hiding. I mean, we weren't far away from a wrong end of a hiding. What else? Just how damaging was it? Stop asking. Next question is always useless, Joe. Stop asking me this. I've just realised it's Joe Bailey, my best friend. Well, one good bit of news. Adams has ended his goal drought. His first goal in 11 hours of football. Danny Ings is still on a bit of a goal drought. How bad is this injury? 4 to 5 weeks. Is Gravenberch, injury prone? Because he seems to be for me. If we have a look at his medical report, since joining the club, he's had a couple of little issues, and they've been in very quick succession, actually. So maybe they're just happening very frequently at the moment, and I'm just kind of reading too much into it. Draw leaves Southampton still chasing first win in 5. Yeah, but look at the teams we've played. Yes, we probably should have beaten Brighton. But everyone else, if you said you'd get 2 points out of those 5 games, I wouldn't be happy. I'd expect maybe 5 points out of those 5 games. But a draw against Spurs, we've lost against Man United, Liverpool and Chelsea. It's not the end of the world. So as this episode right now is probably a little bit shorter than normal, we're going to have a quick look at some of the players that we've got on our squad and just kind of review how well they've been doing, I guess. Defensively, by far, the standout performer is Mohamed Salisu. I don't know how good he was at the start. I don't think he was this good. He's certainly getting a lot better. I think his average rating of, 7.07 across 23 games is decent. If he could score goals from corners, which he's had a few chances to do that, I think he will be a massive difference maker. If he's this good in real life as he is in this Football Manager save, as a Saints fan, that is something to look forward to. You can't really talk about the defence without mentioning Fraser Forster, can you? He is still very good, 33 years old. He's just turned 33, actually. Has he just turned 33? I thought he was older than that. He's only 33 years old. He's still very good. I have obviously tried to replace him possibly for next season with the Austrian goalkeeper Schlager, but this season he's been great, hasn't he? A 7.08, 44 goals conceded though. This is the problem. We've only kept clean sheets, 6 of them. 6 clean sheets in 28 appearances. That's not good enough. We need to learn how to defend. Ward-Prowse is, as most people know, he's very good. He's very good. The thing that I think he is lacking at the moment, and I don't know whether it's him or whether we just haven't had the chances, is goals. He's only scored 1 goal, and that was in the FA Cup after coming off the bench. He's got a lot of assists, though. He has 14 assists in 31 starts. 14 assists. I imagine most of them have come from corners. 18 crossings, 16 corners. That is ridiculous. If he's got that much crossing, he should be a winger. Maybe we should train him as a winger. Speaking of wingers, Theo Walcott he's good. He's been really, really good for us. He has just turned 32 years old, apparently. He is very good. He's not amazing, though. Like, performance-wise, he's very good. He's got 11 goals in 18 starts, 2 assists as well. He is out of contract at the end of the season, so I kind of want to sign him. But I can't do it yet because obviously he's based in England, and if we try and actually buy him and make an offer, if we actually do the agent availability, they still want money, 1.4 to 1.9 million pounds. So I'm just going to wait for his contract to run out. That's the plan. Danny Ings is obviously very good. In real life, he's very good. In this game, he's very good. However, he's fairly inconsistent for me. He's not scored many goals in recent matches. He's gone, 5-6 games now without a goal. He scored 2. He scored against Leeds and Fulham. And then before that, I think it was a lot longer. It was like 7 or 8. Yeah, look at this. He doesn't score many goals at all at the moment for me. I don't know whether that's just the system we're playing him in. Maybe I need to have a look and rethink that. Maybe he needs to be a lone striker. I don't know. But yeah, he's just kind of stopped scoring goals, which isn't good. And the final player we're going to have a look at is Shane Long, who I wanted to sell. Every Football Manager game for the last 2 years, I try and sell Shane Long as Southampton because he's getting on a bit. I'm one of those people that if you're over about 30 years old, you're on the decline, in my opinion. However, at 34 years of age, he's great. Mentally, I think is what sets him apart. 20 work rate, 18 teamwork, 17 bravery. Physically as well, he's still pretty decent. He's a bit of a wet paper bag when it comes to strength of 9. But he's real good. He's still actually doing a decent job. 6 starts in the league and 4 goals and 3 assists. So he's certainly making a difference when he does play. 3 goals as well in the Carabao Cup. So Shane Long might stick around for another season until his contract expires, and then we'll probably just bin him off. Right then, we are approaching obviously the end of the season. Tomorrow will be probably the final 2 episodes of Season 1 of the Beta Save. This is the current standing in the league table. We do technically have the opportunity to get a Europa League spot. Leicester and Man City are not too far away. However, I don't think it's realistically going to happen. We've got the magical 40 points, so relegation is off the table. But Palace, Newcastle, Villa, and I guess Fulham, maybe West Brom, Fulham, and probably Burnley are all in some form of relegation scrap. Brighton might be just a little bit too far away. Next episode then, what I think we might do is we might go to either Wolves or Brighton. I think we might do Brighton actually, because I think what we're going to try and do, because if I remember correctly, this is the 2nd episode of a day. We're going to then have 1 episode and then end the season in the next episode. So we'll probably do Brighton and then we'll probably do Arsenal as well. Or maybe Villa. I don't know. We might end up having a few episodes. I don't know. I always do this. I don't know. Just join me for the next episode tomorrow when we'll play a football match. That's how it's going to happen. Thank you very much for watching this episode of Football Manager 2021 with Southampton. If you did enjoy, do please remember to leave a like. If you are new here and you want to see more, hit the subscribe button. I'll be back tomorrow with more Football Manager. Hit the bell, ding, bell, that thing. Words, those are words. So you know when that video goes live, because at this moment, I don't really have a schedule. They just go live when I see fit. I'm thinking 5 PM and 9:30 PM UK time is probably what we're going to go with, but that might not be the case. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you in the next one.